Hey guys, to be honest, I didn't feel like doing an intro for today, so I'm just going to skip that and we're just going to get straight into the video. Today we are going to be doing a tier list on the Xbox. I don't have a laptop or a functioning device to actually make it work, so this is the closest I can get to. We're going to be doing a tier list on the NFL quarterbacks for the 2021 to 2022 season. Now, let's go over the rules for this because I know you guys do this to every single person that makes types of videos like this. So, there are 5 tiers: S, A, B, C, and D. D being the worst, S being the greatest. If you guys do not like my opinion, don't go in the comment section ranting that, I don't know, like Jameis Winston should be an A tier. Like, just something stupid around that subject. So don't come at me about that, alright? And this is my own opinion. So if you guys don't, again, if you don't like my opinion, then yeah, screw off. But anyways, let's just jump into this and get this out of the way real quick. All right, so we're starting it off right here. So we're gonna look at the tiers first. So obviously, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's S, A, B, C, and D. S being the greatest, A being great, B being average or good. I would say kind of average. C being below average or needs work, and D being absolute horse slash dog shit on LSD. You know, it's it's you guys know what the tier means. So yeah, let's just get into this. Also ignore Alex Smith on the left right here. He's not in the league anymore, so we don't need to rank him. This is for 2021 to 2022, and yeah, let's just hop right into this. So first off, we have my favorite quarterback in the league, Aaron Rodgers. And I think just by looking at last season, you guys know where Aaron Rodgers is going to go, and there's no other way around it. So like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback. He was the MVP last year, and obviously he lost in the NFC Championship for God knows how many times in a row now. But yeah, it's just no matter what, wherever Aaron Rodgers goes, you know he's going to ball out, and you know he's going to do really good. So, yep, there's Aaron Rodgers, and let's move on to the next one, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he led the Browns to almost an NFC Championship if they played good. But I think they're going to be a lot good this year because Baker has gotten obviously better and better and better. But if we're talking last season, I think Baker last season became an A-tier quarterback. I think Baker has a lot of potential. Obviously, he's a former Heisman winner. And yeah, you know what? We'll just leave it at that. You guys know what I'm going to say next after Baker Mayfield. You guys know my opinion on him. Next up, Big Ben. Now, I think this is debatably probably going to be his last season in the NFL. He took a massive pay cut to stay with the Steelers, which is cool. But I don't think Big Ben is going to last in the NFL for that longer, so I'm going to put him in B tier. Used to be like one of the most reliable quarterbacks to take, especially on a fantasy team. But I think nowadays, just talking statistically, I don't think Big Ben is going to be the most reliable quarterback until he retires. I don't think he's going to be reliable until then. Next up, oh god, this is going to be a fun one to rank. Cam Newton. You guys know my opinion on Cam Newton. I love the guy. He's probably like one of the most funniest people out there, to be honest with you. And he's got the wackiest hairdo whatsoever. But I think, I'm not going to be that mean to him. I'll put him in C tier. Cam Newton was dog shit last year, gotta admit. He led the Patriots to a 7-9 record, especially with Belichick as a head coach, which I don't understand. The end of the Tom Brady-Belichick era was basically not the greatest for Belichick, especially after signing Cam Newton, and they're keeping him for another year, so that's going to be so weird. But anyways, let's move on. Dak Prescott. Dak, obviously, you guys know he broke his ankle this year, but obviously with a decent O-line and a great receiving corps, Dak is definitely one of the best quarterbacks, and he's also one of the highest paid too in the league. So yeah, hopefully Dak bounces back this year, and hopefully he doesn't get injured again. That would kind of suck, or else it would be the Cowboys' curse. But yeah, next up we have Daniel Jones. Jesus criminy. Let's say, I'm gonna say C tier because Daniel Jones really hasn't done anything ever since he got drafted in 2019, and ever since Eli Manning retired. So we can't put him anywhere above or below C tier. Just gonna keep him there. Derek Carr of the Raiders. Let's see. I would say, honestly, Derek Carr's either a B or A tier quarterback. I think most people would say B tier. Actually, I don't even know where to rank him. I think I'll probably put Derek Carr. He's so close to A. I think, yeah, I'm just going to put him in B. He's so close to A tier, though. Honestly, he's one of the most reliable quarterbacks that the Raiders have ever had, I would say. But let's see if Derek Carr can actually have a decent season this year. Alright, next, Deshaun Watson. Okay, this is also a pretty weird one. Most people would say, like, A tier because, like, there's other quarterbacks that go in S tier above him. But I think statistically, there could be more than 5 S tier quarterbacks, which is why Deshaun Watson is going in S tier. I already have my list of S tier quarterbacks in my mind right now, so you know. Deshaun Watson came from Clemson. Obviously, he was drafted in 2018, actually 2017, and he's been balling out ever since. So I praise Deshaun for that. Drew Lock. Oh, okay. You guys definitely know how I feel about him. Absolute dog shit. Drew Lock. Yeah. No need to say anything more about Drew Lock. But also Nick Foles. Nick Foles is also dog shit when it comes to the Bears. He was a former Super Bowl champion, and he beat Tom Brady, but still, like, he was a backup quarterback, and ever since he won the championship at the Super Bowl in 2018, he's never bounced back from it. So Nick Foles is going all the way down here. Okay, so we got Jared Goff. This is also a tricky one. It's either B or C tier in my opinion. I would say Jared Goff. You know, honestly, he was one of the leaders of the Rams going into the Super Bowl of the 2018-2019 season when they faced the Patriots, even though they lost. Jared Goff, I see, is a reliable quarterback. Hopefully, either he makes it about the same with the Lions compared to Matthew Stafford, but it's whatever. So let's just keep Jared Goff at B tier. Jalen Hurts. This is a guy that I actually really enjoy. I saw him play last year, and I was amazed, honestly. I think he'd probably be a decent quarterback for the Eagles for the time being, but I don't personally think he'll be the franchise quarterback, if that makes sense. So I say, let's see Jalen Hurts go to B tier, honestly. He's a decently reliable quarterback, but we don't know how that's going to fit in with a new receiving corps, because they just got Devontae Smith, and I don't know how that's technically going to work with the it wasn't the Alabama. Was it Alabama? Yeah, it was Alabama. They went to Alabama together, so hopefully that connection stays intact and they can actually gain some yardage with each other. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is going to be in B tier. Okay, Jameis Winston. So obviously Drew Brees retired. Jameis Winston, I hope to God, is a starter because I don't want Taysom Hill to start, like, ever. Because Taysom Hill is literally the most fumbling quarterback I've ever seen. He's absolute dog shit. Jameis Winston is obviously better than him, but we'll see how that plays out. I'm going to put Jameis in C tier. Honestly, Jameis Winston is not that reliable, so we're just going to keep him placed at C tier. Maybe he'll make a good replacement for Drew Brees. Maybe he won't. We'll figure it out. Because they also got that other backup quarterback, Ian Book. I think that's what his name is. So, yeah. Next one, Justin Fields. I thought Justin Fields was honestly going to go to the 49ers in the 2021 draft, but I was totally wrong about that. So, he went to the Bears, and obviously he is definitely not starting right now. Andy Dalton is the starter at the moment. But I think Andy Dalton's still a reliable quarterback, but also Justin Fields probably, if he gets the starting job, I think he will probably be more reliable than Andy Dalton, but I'm not going to rank him that high. So I think the max I'm going to rank rookie quarterbacks is probably going to be B tier. So I'm going to put Justin Fields in B tier. Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, this is also a tricky one because a bunch of you guys are going to tell me that Jimmy G is dog shit, but I don't think Jimmy is that bad of a quarterback. Obviously, he was the quarterback at Super Bowl 54 against the Chiefs, but if we're just taking all of that out, and people just say the defense carried the Niners to the Super Bowl, which I guess that kind of makes sense, but you can't forget that Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback, and he's still it's a main factor of the team. So you might as well just keep Jimmy. I would probably say C tier, to be honest with you. Alright, next up we have on our list is, Joe Burrow. Okay, so I think Joe Burrow, if he didn't get injured, he probably would have beaten Justin Herbert for Offensive Rookie of the Year. But statistically thinking, Joe Burrow for the Bengals, I think is a decent quarterback. but I don't think he would be an A tier quarterback yet, so I'm going to say B tier at the moment. Hopefully he'll get to an A tier by the end of this year, but we'll see. But here's a guy that's going to go in S tier, and that is Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, Josh, my man, he was obviously an MVP runner-up. He's improved like in the past 2 years, obviously from being drafted in 2018. I think it was 2018, not 2017. Or I may be wrong, however, but yeah. Josh Allen's going to be put in S tier. He's an elite quarterback, and like I said, there's going to be more elite quarterbacks along the way. Just kind of wait for it. But yeah, Josh Allen, he's one of the coolest quarterbacks, and obviously like one of the smoothest quarterbacks. He has a nice deep ball. His receiving corps is great, which obviously, if the receivers are going to look good, they got to make the QBs look good. So yeah, Josh Allen is at S tier with Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun. And next up, we have Justin Herbert of the Chargers. So, obviously, Justin Herbert won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And we're going to put him in A tier for that because, you know, he deserves it. And he didn't start week 1. He started, I think it was week 2 after Tyrod was injured. Now Tyrod's on the Texans and he won't have to deal with anybody else on the Chargers. So, Justin is at A tier. Kirk Cousins from the Vikings. So, this is obviously a kind of a weird one, too, because I don't think people like Kirk Cousins. But I personally like Kirk Cousins. He's a good quarterback. He's a reliable quarterback on the Vikings. And all of the offensive weapons around him, it just makes him an even better quarterback, you know? He's a decent receiving corps in Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. And especially Irvin Smith Jr. But, yeah, so I think I'm going to put Kirk in A tier. Magnificent quarterback, too. Kyler Murray, here's another good one. I'm going to say Kyler Murray will maybe be... considering he bopped a Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins and called it the Hail Mary, and now DeAndre Hopkins' nickname is now Nuke. Kyler Murray, I'm going to say A tier. Very good scrambling quarterback. I think very underappreciated, I would say. Everybody makes fun of him for his size. But, I mean... For his size, he's like 206 pounds for his size, at least. But he's also super fast. So you can't take the speed factor out of that when it comes to Kyler Murray. Especially with this guy, the 2019 MVP of the year, Lamar Jackson. You are also going in A tier. Looks like Lamar Jackson, every time he throws a ball, he kind of just makes a little tiny flick with the wrist. Not even that hard, and the ball just goes soaring. But yeah, this man had multiple rushing and passing touchdowns on his MVP year. And this past year was kind of no different. He had more rushing touchdowns, I'm pretty sure. But so I haven't really checked the stats before I ranked all these guys, so don't judge me if I get a stat wrong. But yeah, Lamar, very reliable quarterback. You are going to be here on A tier. Next one, I got to put Russ back real quick. Okay. Mac Jones. This is also a weird one. I'm thinking if he starts over Cam Newton, I think he'll do better with the team this year than last year. So, I don't know, honestly. So I would probably say Justin Fields is probably the worst of the B tier, because obviously he hasn't played yet. So, oh my goodness, I actually don't know how to rank. Yeah, no, here, Mac Jones, you can go B tier. I'll give you that. I'll kind of put you over behind Justin Fields just to make that a little fair. So, yeah, Mac Jones, if Belichick happens to start him, I'm pretty sure he'll do better than Cam, so I put him above Crooked Hair Man over here. But next up, we have Matt Ryan. Another decent quarterback for the Falcons. Well, not for the Falcons specifically, but he plays for the Falcons. Matt Ryan is a very reliable quarterback too. He always has been. He hasn't really ever had a bad season, I guess. So ever since being drafted, I think it was 2000, I want to say 2009, maybe 2008. Matt Ryan's just been a baller. Obviously, he made a Super Bowl appearance in 2016 against the Pats, but obviously that didn't go through. And they just recently lost Julio, so who knows how good Matt Ryan is going to do. Especially, I guess he still has Calvin Ridley, so Calvin Ridley's not his only option too. So Matt Ryan better be utilized wisely when it comes to coaching, so he is going to be put in A tier. I appreciate Matt Ryan. He's a great quarterback. He goes in A tier. Russell Wilson. This is obviously another predictable one. An S-tier quarterback. Russell Wilson by far has one of the best deep balls in the game. He won a Super Bowl in his second season. That's all I really can say about Russell Wilson. At 32 years old, he still moves like a machine. He could take sacks like a man. Hasn't really had a bad... I don't think he really has ever had an injury. I may be wrong. Somebody send me a clip if he's had an injury. But Russell Wilson belongs in S tier because he is honestly he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the past, I would probably say 10 years. Or maybe just of the 21st century. So yeah, Russell Wilson is there. And another person that's going there is my man right next to him, and that's Patrick Mahomes at S tier. Patrick Mahomes, obviously, they made 2 straight Super Bowl appearances, 3 straight NFC Championship appearances, or not NFC, AFC Championship appearances. And, Patrick Mahomes has just been popping up ever since. He's been the 2018 MVP. And, yeah, I would want to say Mahomes. Honestly, statistically, Mahomes is probably the best out of these 5, if we're talking statistically. But I would put Mahomes directly under Aaron Rodgers just specifically because of favoritism. But, that's just me. So let's move on from Patty Mahomes, and we're going to go to Ryan Tannehill, who is also going to be an A-tier quarterback. Right next to Matt Ryan there. Ryan Tannehill, ever since he moved from the Dolphins, he has been an absolute baller. He's got a bunch of offensive weapons around him. Defense on the Titans is not so good, but I think Ryan Tannehill can cope with Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown, and especially the new addition, Julio Jones. So yeah, we're going to put Ryan Tannehill there. Next one, this is also going to be a hard one. Sam Darnold. Now, obviously on the Jets, he really didn't, I would say he didn't get a chance. I probably would put him in D tier. But yeah, like I said, he didn't really get a chance. So I think the Panthers, if they utilize him correctly, he could be a very, very well put quarterback. So I'm going to put, as of right now, I'm going to put Darnold in C tier. So, because I don't want to be mean, personally, because obviously people will say Darnold's right here, even though he's going to be right there. Let's go, Matthew Stafford. This is a good one, too, because Matt Stafford and Jared Goff got traded, and now Stafford's on the Rams, and Goff's on the Lions. Matt Stafford is going to go in A tier. He's been one of the few Lions players, I guess you could call it, that has been holding the team on his back for God knows how long, and he's honestly been an above-average quarterback all that time. But yeah, that's Matt Stafford. Hopefully, he looks like he would be an MVP candidate for when he goes on the Rams. They have a good receiving corps. Their defense will obviously demolish opposing offenses. So yeah, that would be nice. Matt Stafford's going to be there. And Teddy Bridgewater, this is going to be a hard one. Hopefully he starts over Drew Lock. I absolutely despise Drew Lock with all my heart. Drew Lock's a nice guy, but he's an ass quarterback. Do you know how many deep balls he's thrown and freaking failed them? Yeah, so Bridgewater, if he starts, he's going to be a decent quarterback for the Broncos. And as long as they get the defense back, the Broncos could be a half-decent team. But I don't really see them going above 9 wins if Bridgewater starts. So I'm going to put him in C tier at the moment. I'm not going to put him any higher. Tom Brady. This is obviously the Super Bowl champion, the 7-time Super Bowl champion. A tier. It's going to be A tier. But yeah, so Tom Brady is going to be right there. People think he's literally the greatest. Well, actually, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time, statistically. But if we're talking playmaking and skill-wise, I would say he's an above-average quarterback. I mean, wherever he goes, I guess Rob Gronkowski's with him. And that's kind of partially why Tom Brady has the amount of passing touchdowns he has today. But yeah, enough about Tom Brady. So he's going to be in A tier. And the next one is another rookie, Trevor Lawrence. So, obviously for the Jaguars, I don't know how this is going to play out personally. Jaguars have never really been a decent team, besides 2018, when Blake Bortles led them to an AFC championship. And I was in disbelief when I saw that game. But enough about Blake Bortles, we're talking Trevor Lawrence here. So, I think I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in B tier, I guess. I'll put him above the rookies. He's probably the best rookie quarterback coming out of the draft. So, yeah, I don't know how he's going to play out. I mean, he went, 13? He went undefeated in one season in Clemson, I think. But I think his total record was like 13-2. I may be wrong. He won a championship his freshman year, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's Trevor Lawrence. Next is Mitchell Trubisky. Who knows if this guy's going to be a starter? But I mean, he's under Josh Allen now. He's on the Buffalo Bills at the moment. And yeah, he no longer has to have the Bears curse. So nice. Mitch Trubisky signed with the Bills, I think it was a couple months ago. And hopefully he probably gets a chance to redeem himself. Mitch wasn't a bad quarterback, but it's just like his receivers around him were just absolutely dog shit. Except Allen Robinson. Obviously, he's probably the best receiver on the Bears. But if we're talking statistically, Mitch Trubisky, he's not a reliable quarterback, so I'm putting him in C tier. And same with this guy, Tua Tagovailoa. He's also not a reliable quarterback. There's no really talking about Tua, but hopefully, if he bounces back this year, he's got a new stacked receiving corps in Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and Jalen Waddle, his former teammate from, I think it was, God damn it, I don't know, but I'm losing track right now. So Tua's just going to be in C tier. Last year, he didn't play as much as as how the coaches wanted him to play. Went 9-7 with the Dolphins and missed the playoffs, but it's okay. Like, hopefully Tua bounces back this year and maybe he'll be ranked higher in this list, but until then, he's going to be at C tier. Carson Wentz. Another person that didn't really get that much of a chance on the Eagles. MVP candidate for 2016, though, I gotta admit. Carson Wentz is good. Last year, he was absolutely shit. He tied with Drew Lock for throwing the most interceptions in the season last year with 15. And yeah, Carson Wentz was dog shit last season, but I think the years before he was alright. So I'm going to put Carson Wentz. I think since he's on the Colts now, he'll probably get a way better chance than he did last year. So I'm going to put Carson Wentz in C tier as well. He's not that reliable as we think he would be, but hopefully he will be when he comes to the Colts. And also Zach Wilson. This is, Jesus Christ. To be honest, I don't know what to say about this one. I don't think Zach Wilson is going to change the complexity of the Jets whatsoever. They got one new receiver that Wilson could pass to, but if he's consistent enough, maybe the Jets will do really good this season. I don't know. But yeah, let's just... This is a hard one. This is the last one, too. I'm going to put Zach probably in C tier at the moment. Don't think he's going to be better than these three. Actually, he might be better than Mac Jones, but who knows? So, yeah. So let's go over this tier list because it's actually done. Again, Alex Smith is not being ranked. So, here we go. We have S tier, which means the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now. A-Rod, Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, and Patrick Mahomes. A tier being the great quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, Lamar Jackson, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Matthew Stafford, and Tom Brady. B tier being the average or reliable quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger, Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones. C tier being the not so reliable quarterbacks. Cam Newton, I almost said Dak Prescott again, but Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Darnold. Oh goodness, where's Winston going? Teddy Bridgewater, Mitchell Trubisky, Tua Tagovailoa, Carson Wentz, and Zach Capono. Obviously, that's his Instagram name. Zach Wilson. And then we have the two dog shit quarterbacks in Drew Lock and Nick Foles. There we go, guys. That is the list. We're finally done. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and let me know if you want to see more tier lists like this. I probably will do more anyways, but still. So, yeah, this is going to be a tier list for today. NFL QBs 21 to 22 season. This is the order that I think all QBs are ranked, and if you guys have any other opinions, let me know down in the comments. As much as I hate being ragged on about other people's opinions, and like saying like Zach Wilson should be in like A tier or something like that, just some random opinion. I like to know everybody else's input on this. Like, where would you place everybody on this list into a tier? So yeah, let me know that in the comments, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.